So you're thinking of moving to Lisbon, and maybe you've been on vacation here. It's possible you've visited during the winter months, but maybe not. Today I would like to talk to you about what it's like to live here in the winter and the off season. Just so you'll know, because a lot of it really caught me by surprise. I tend to run cold, so I like it nice and toasty in my home, and I'm one of the lucky ones because my apartment has central air, central heat. It keeps it toasty warm in the winter and nice and cool in the summer. And about a month ago, it was the first week of January. So actually not even quite a month ago, my electricity just went off. And I had my friend who's quite fluent in Portuguese. I'm learning, but I'm not fluent enough to discuss a power outage with the electric company. It took a while for us to figure out what was going on, but as it turns out, my electrical usage was higher than the typical Portuguese person, so they were apparently afraid that I would be surprised by my bill and not pay it. I hadn't received a bill yet, wasn't anywhere near time for my bill, but they cut the electricity off instead of calling to say, is there something unusual going on? I was without power for 26 hours because of that. And then 2 weeks later, we did get a call because my friend complained to them and said, why didn't you just call us if the electricity use is high? And so they did call and said, hey, you're using a lot of electricity. What's up? And they said, you need to pay this immediately or we're going to turn your electricity off. It wasn't time for the bill, and I just paid the bill that first week of January. So anyway, so shenanigans like that are something that I guess I'll have to get used to, because I am not going to stop using my heat. I don't even use it in my whole apartment, but I'm not going to be cold. And so there's that. What else? A lot of people complain that it's colder in their apartments than outside. I've seen it from enough different people that it must be true. I'm certainly suspecting that it must be true. And I have lived in Lisbon mostly, and in Lisbon it pretty much never freezes. Certainly never has frozen since I have been in the area. So we're talking that feeling of being colder inside than outside being a real problem even in Lisbon. But can you imagine in some of the interior or up north where it is colder, what that must be like? A lot of traditional Portuguese homes and apartments do not have heat. There's no furnace, there's no built-in heat of any kind, and there's no air conditioning. So there is absolutely no HVAC whatsoever. The new construction tends to have it, but there's certainly a lot more old construction than there is new construction. People are adding them, and so you can seek it out, but it's certainly not something you can just assume you'll have. else. I'm walking my dog Frank while we're talking. I find that I think well when I'm doing something like walking the dog or driving my car by myself. I'm always thinking of things I want to share with you, and I give neighborhood tours, map tours, but I've had quite a few requests lately for information on what it's really like to live here. So I think it's important for your long-term happiness, and so that you make a good choice, to know what it's like. Right now we're toward the end of January, so it's damp, chilly. It's been raining a lot. There was an Atlantic storm. There are always going to be some Atlantic storms this time of year, especially with some pretty hard wind at times. But friends and family in other parts of the world, for instance the United States, are currently, some of them are without power because of an ice storm, and their electric bills are far higher than mine, and it is, at least it's not being turned off, so there's that. But still, at the end of the day, it's not because theirs is cheaper, it's just the way the system works. So if you have anything you'd like for me to talk about related to living in Portugal, reach out. Let's have some more of these talks, because I want you to come here with your eyes wide open. I love it here. I really do. This is my home now. But no place is perfect. If you'd like any help finding your perfect place to live in Portugal, or if you'd like to move, if you've moved here and you don't like where you're living, you want to move, anything like that, we'd be happy to help you. Contact information is in the description below. And whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, 9 months, we're here for you. We'd love to help you make a smooth move to Lisbon, Portugal.